Hello. Yeah, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. So basically, I'm here to share with you about my journey of personal development in 2024 and how I was able to prioritize personal development, the results I achieved, and how you can do same in 2025. So basically, what inspired this video is while reflecting on how the year has been. Okay, basically, I just concluded a how will I put it, a personal development community group, basically. So I enrolled in the Covenant Nation content creators community group, and while going through that experience, it just made me look back through the year about how I have grown in my skill and my expertise as a women development specialist and as a creative. So basically, when I started the year, I'll tell you that I didn't really know much about what I was doing. But what I knew was that I just wanted to pay attention to my personal development and to basically pay attention to building myself as an individual. So I went ahead to draft out certain things that I wanted to pay attention to. So let me give you a background. So I'd gone since I got married and had two kids, like back to back, if I would say. I didn't really prioritize myself. I prioritized every other thing other than myself. Yes, I was doing my 8 to 5. I practiced as a medical doctor, but I just knew that there was something more to my life, and it was time for me to give expression to it. Okay, I'd had my kids. I had a little more time on my hands to now pay attention to myself. And I began to really think, reflect, pray, and just ask God for direction. That God, I just know that I want more from what I am currently doing in life, and I want to be able to give back and actually pour out the things that you have deposited within me. So while reflecting on that in 2023, let's say about September or so, yes, in September, I gained clarity on what to do. So first, I was considering starting a YouTube channel, but I was like, YouTube, like from where? What am I going to do? What am I going to talk about? And the Holy Spirit just brought to my attention that you actually love to share your experiences. You actually love to learn from the experiences of women that have gone ahead of you. So you can actually do something similar. I was like, okay, now that I know what I want to do, how will I do it? And the idea of a podcast came. At that season, I'd been listening to like a lot of podcast, and I was like, okay, how I don't even know anything about podcasts. How am I going to start up a podcast? What do I do? So I now decided to do my research and get to learn a bit more about what to do when it came to the podcast. And that was how Women Lighthouse was birthed in 2023 December, because the Holy Spirit gave me the idea. And what's Women Lighthouse all about is basically a community, like a development hub for women, where we provide support, we provide inspiration, and we basically empower women to live purposeful lives and live out their dreams one day at a time. So I began Women Lighthouse in 2023, and our first podcast episode aired in 2024 January. Why am I giving you all these gists? It's basically to say that when it comes to personal development, you need to know what you want. What are the areas you want to pay attention to? And before I even go to the words, I would want to begin with the why. Why is personal development even important in the first place? It's important for us to prioritize personal development as women because when it comes to our personal development, it helps us to achieve our goals with clarity and with confidence. Like for me, I knew what I wanted to do. I categorized my life into four: my spirit, my soul, my body, and my skills. So for me, I knew that when it came to my spirit, I wanted to grow in my relationship with God. I wanted to commit to investing time to grow in intimacy in my relationship with God. And with that, there was now this like Bible reading plan that we were doing in church. So I keyed into it. And there's also these prayer sessions we used to have. I also keyed into it. So when you know what you want, you gain clarity and you begin to pursue it. So that's the first why. It helps you to achieve your goals with clarity and with confidence. The second reason why you need to prioritize personal development is because it helps you to adapt to change and overcome obstacles. If you have a plan, for instance, and you know that okay, I want to, like for me, I want to podcast. I don't know anything about podcasting. If I don't develop myself, how am I going to overcome this obstacle of podcasting? I don't have the knowledge, I don't have the skill. So, for me to be able to tackle the challenge of not having the knowledge and the skill, I have to prioritize personal development. And how did I do that in my own case? I had to do my research, learn from others about podcasting. I did a lot of reading of audiobooks, YouTube videos, and was just trying my hands on the skills. In fact, at the initial time when I recorded my podcast episodes, I did not go for any professional training on how to do a podcast. I just did basic free research and started and improved on my skill as time went on. Then another reason why you need to prioritize your personal development is that it helps you to build meaningful relationships. I can tell you the quality of relationships I've built in 2024. There were a lot of people that maybe I may have known on face value, like I see them, but I've never spoken to them. But as a result of what I needed to do with Women Lighthouse, I needed to partner with women based on their expertise and based on their experience. If I did not develop myself in this area, I would not have had the opportunity to network myself. When I say develop myself, I knew I wanted to do things with regards to Women Lighthouse. I had to now seek opportunities to position myself, to partner with these women, and in the long run, build meaningful relationships. So when you prioritize personal development, you would, in that process, be provided with an opportunity to build your network, improve on your network, and build meaningful relationships. And the last reason why it's important to prioritize personal development is that it helps you unlock opportunities for growth. Who I was in January 2024 and who I am as at December 2024 is not the same. Why do I say so? I'm more confident in my skills. I can speak and address a crowd confidently, address my audience confidently, share my journey confidently. When I began the journey of podcasting, first I was like, what am I going to say? I had no idea on what to say. I now said, okay, now that I know what to say, how am I going to say it? I was never confident in how to communicate with my audience. I would have the thoughts, but how do I convey the thoughts is another thing. But when you provide yourself with opportunities for growth through personal development, you become more confident in that skill and you grow in that skill. So these are the reasons why you need to prioritize personal development. So for me, One of the misconceptions I had when it came to personal development, which I was able to debunk using my own experience, were the fact that I felt like it was expensive. Yes, there were times I had to enroll in programs or mentorship programs or networking opportunities to be able to gain the quality of experience and skill I needed. And I had to budget for those ones. But before I even went to that, I started with the basics: YouTube, podcasts. Like I enrolled, like I subscribed to Everand. In Everand, it gives you like a 30-day free subscription. Then if you recommend to other people, you get extra 30 days. I can tell you that for 1 year, I had free subscriptions because I recommended the app to people, and I was able to have access to unlimited ebooks and podcasts, and I use those resources to build myself. So start with the one you have, which is free. Then you can budget, because budgeting is important when it comes to personal development. But the common misconceptions we have is that, oh, it's expensive, it's only for career or business professionals, and basically no. Even as basic as personal development, your health. Like I said, I categorize myself into four: my spirit, my soul, my body, my skill. So one thing doesn't define me. Those four things define me: my spirit, my personal relationship with God; my soul, my mental health. I had to prioritize that by attending a trauma healing session. When I partnered with one of the trauma counselors for Women Lighthouse, I saw the need to attend the trauma healing session. In fact, initially, I didn't even feel I had any trauma I was dealing with. But on looking deep and reflecting, I discovered that, oh, I've actually been through a traumatic experience, and I decided to prioritize that. And I attended the trauma healing session. And a few months down the line, I lost my dad. If I didn't attend that trauma healing session, in all honesty, I do not know how I would have grieved the loss of my dad. But prioritizing that, I had to invest in it. It wasn't free. I invested in it. I went for it. And I can say it helped me. So when you want to talk about your personal development, you think about your spirit, think about your soul, then think about your body. For me, I wanted to prioritize personal fitness, like physical fitness this year, but it was a challenge. What didn't I try? I tried following YouTube videos for aerobics. I wasn't consistent. I tried taking walks. I would do. I wasn't consistent. I now noticed that my problem was I needed accountability. So I was like, okay, we had enrolled our kids for swimming class. And we, the adults, were like, come on, we're bringing our children to swim. We like this, we cannot swim. When I enrolled for that swimming class, I said I want to swim because I want to overcome the fear of water. But I now discovered that, come on, that swimming na exercise. Oh. Like full body exercise, cardio, everything. And I was like, wow, this was one of the best decisions I had made, to pay for that swimming class. And we did it as a group. And I can say today that I am a swimmer. So my point is, you need to prioritize your physical health also. Then your skill. What are you doing? Is either your job, your business, or anything you enjoy doing. Your skill, which is something that you do that provides a sense of fulfillment and purpose, and in the long run, money. But money is not everything. Skill is whatever your hand finds to do it. That thing, you need to prioritize it. So it's really, really important when you're talking about personal development: spirit, soul, body, your skill. And these were the areas I prioritized. My mind in January or February, I attended, I think it was early February, the Go Global Master Class with opportunity decks. Initially, I didn't even think I needed it, but when I read the details, I was like, okay, yeah, I want to go global. Let me go learn certain things I can do to position myself for global opportunities. So I enrolled for it. And I was grateful that I did, because it was a good way to start my year. I just knew I was on the right track. Then I went ahead during the course of the year. I think middle of the year, I enrolled for like a mentorship group session, the life series with Ibuku Awoshika, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. So my point is, when you identify what you want to do, which is your skill, you need to be able to set up a plan to be able to pay attention to growing your skill. So in 2025, think of ways in which you can prioritize personal development spiritually, your soul, which is mentally, your body, which is physically, and your skill, which is professionally or in a fun way. So basically, when it comes to what I achieved as a result of personal development in 2024, I was able to improve on my skill as a content creator and as a podcaster. I started 2024 not knowing anything about podcasting. At the end of 2024, I have recorded 48 podcast episodes, and I have been able to. I started my YouTube page, I think middle of the year, and that's I started airing, putting up content on my YouTube page. But when I started podcasting, it was on Spotify. I wasn't really paying attention to um like marketing what I do and advertising what I do. But I saw the need and I paid attention to it. So I was able to achieve that. Another thing I was able to do was to gain confidence in my craft. When I started, I felt like I didn't have anything to offer. Who will even listen to anything I have to say? But today I can confidently say I have something to offer. People will listen to what I have to say and I will share it with you. And that's why I'm here today. So when you prioritize personal development, it helps you gain confidence in your craft. Another thing I achieved this year is I was able to build a network both amongst my peers and my mentors, both professionally and personally, as a result of prioritizing personal development. I built friendships, I built professional relationships, I partnered with people, and I was able to impact lives. That's a network. So when you invest in personal development, you are able to build a network. And lastly, I was able to access opportunities that I wouldn't have if I didn't put myself out there. When I say opportunities, like for instance, when I joined the TCN, that's the Covenant Nation Content Creators Community Group, I was able to, my the leader, in fact, I learned a lot from him, other than the skills, like opportunities, like, oh, when I saw this opening, I remembered you, apply for it. If I wasn't part of that community group, how would I have been able to gain access to opportunities for growth and for influence? So that's the power of personal development. It also positions you and places you in a place that provides you to network with the kind of individuals you need to push you to your next level. So the essence of this live session is that as women, don't be satisfied with where you are. Seek for areas to always develop yourself. Who you are today and who you are tomorrow shouldn't be the same. There should be something different that makes you better tomorrow than you were yesterday. So these are the few things that I've been able to achieve as a result of personal development. And how was I able to achieve all this? I was able to identify the specific area I wanted to develop in, which was my spirit, my soul, my body, and my skills. I was able to seek opportunities for growth in each of these areas. So you identify what areas do you want to develop yourself in, what opportunities can you maximize to develop yourself in these areas? Then you now schedule the activities. The activities will not schedule themselves. You will plan it. Okay, I want to attend this training program, or I want to attend this, or I want to read certain number of books, or I want to enroll in a gym, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. You must be ready to schedule it. Another thing was I was able to budget for it. One tip that I learned this year was that anything I put my money in, Even if I don't feel like doing it, I will do it. That's the power of budgeting. So you must be ready to part ways with your money to get the results you need. And lastly, I was able to find some form of accountability in my partner, which is my husband, amongst my peers and my friends during the course of swimming, and even in the community group that I joined. So if you can do these five things, identify a specific areas you want to develop yourself in, then seek opportunities for growth, schedule it, budget for it, and be accountable. Trust me, you will be able to achieve great strides with regards to your personal development in 2025. So that's it for this live session. I hope you've been able to learn something. I always love to hear from you. I love feedbacks. So let me know in the comment section what areas do you intend to prioritize personal development in 2025 and how do you intend to go about it. So don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe to my channel if you are yet to do so. So have a lovely night and bye for now.